giants of French football, Olympique Lyon, are facing relegation because of the team's mounting debt, which, as recently reported, has grown to approximately 500 million euros. 7 times Ligue 1 winners are already banned at bringing new players in this season, and the club need to generate around 100 million euros in player sales this January to avoid direct relegation at the end of the season, which could be a disaster for such a massive club. So in this rebuild, I'm going to help Lyon overcome this situation, pay the entire 500 million euros debt, and eventually dethrone PSG and become the biggest club in France once again. We will try to remain super realistic till the end, so this is going to be a tough journey. We are starting with this starting 11, having players like Lacazette, Matic and Veretout on the older side, as well as very young and talented players in Ryan Cherki, Fofana, Noama, etc. But most of these youngsters are going to be sold in the upcoming transfer window, cause that is very obvious. The players with a bright future ahead of them are not going to risk their career and wait for a bright future in Lyon. In January, we are already 9th in the league table without selling a single player. We does have 53 million euros in the current budget, but we still need to generate a lot of money. There are a lot of players already transfer listed, so let's get straight to the business. The first player leaving the club, Ryan Cherki, is leaving for Saudi for 24.2 million euros. He will be playing alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. Next up, we sold Gift Orban as well to Villarreal for 11 million euros. Ex-Arsenal Ainsley Maitland-Niles is also leaving us. He joined Aston Villa for 9 million euros. And another talented Frenchman, Maxence Coqueret, is also leaving the club. And last but not least, another super talented winger, Malik Fofana, left the club for Bayern Munich for around 10 million euros. And after all these transfers, we managed to accumulate 117 million euros to be paid off of our debt. This guarantees that we will avoid relegation from the financial means. But let's simulate till the end of the season and see the final standings. We ended up the season in 8th position. Not a great campaign from our club, but instead we made it to the Coupe de France final, where we lost to Lens. So no European football for Lyon next season, cause in the Europa League we lost to Ferencváros in the playoff round. Very poor performances from our team. We managed to keep Mikautadze at Lyon, and he did pay out with 20 goals and 5 assists in 32 games. Decent season from Wilfried Zaha as well. Alexander Lacazette 14 and 5 on his name as well. The players like Nicolas Tagliafico, Zaha, Omari and Lomami are going to leave the club as their contracts are running out. Next season we are going to deal with a similar situation, and a lot of veterans like Matic, Veretout, Lacazette and Anthony Lopez may leave the club as well. But for now, we are starting season 2 with the transfer out of our best player. Georges Mikautadze is leaving the club. He joins Villarreal for 38.5 million euros. We did sell Ernest Nuama as well for 18 million euros to Wolves. And the third transfer out will be the transfer of Saïd Benrahma. He is joining our rivals Monaco for 17 million euros. With all of these transfers, our current budget is 208 million euros, and we are going to spend around 100 millions to sign a lot of players for our squad depth and for the starting 11. All the players that we are about to sign are from the relegated teams, and most of them are on the older side. And we are starting with the signing of Timo Hubers, 76 rated centre back from Köln. We paid only 6 million euros for his transfer. He will be occupying right centre back position with intercept and aerial playstyles. As you can see, we don't have any actual wingers in our starting 11 and on the bench as well. So we are going to change our formation from 4-3-3 defense to 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. To replace Sarr in the striker position, we are going to sign Luis Javier Suarez from Almeria. And for 10 million euros, we brought him in from the Spanish second league. He is currently 76 rated at the age of 27. He will be playing right next to our captain Lacazette, and he does have cheap shot, rapid and quick step playstyles. To play as a center attacking midfielder, we are going to sign Lucas Robertone from Almeria. Again, although his current position is center midfielder, I think he will be way higher rated as a cam. we managed to bring him in for only 6 million euros. He is currently 76 rated as a center midfielder at the age of 28, and 74 shooting suggests that he can be even higher rated as a center attacking midfielder. So let's convert him there. On top of 4-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot, he does have finesse shot, incisive pass, slide tackle and flair playstyles. For the depth in the center-back position, we are going to sign Anel Ahmedhodzic from Sheffield United. We signed Ahmedhodzic for only 6.6 million euros. He is 6.5, 26 years old and 76 rated. He will be a decent backup for our center-backs with intercept and slide tackle playstyles. We do not have any depth for the left-back position as well, so we are going to sign a decent left-back, Antonio Gallo from Lecce. We spent only 8 million euros for a 25 years old. He is currently 76 rated and will be competing with Abner Vinicius for a spot in a starting 11. And near the end of the transfer window, we also sold Lucas Perry, our first choice goalkeeper, to Fulham for almost 30 million euros. We are all said and done in terms of starting 11. We still need to bring in some coaches. And the last thing we are going to do in the summer transfer window is set our scouting mission to find some academy players in France for calm and striker position. If you like this video so far, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are not. And before checking the standings and the results for this season, let's see what kind of talents we have in Academy. We got here 3 of the best talents that our scout managed to find, starting with Victor Petitjean, 16 years old striker with 1.3 million euros market value. He is currently 61 rated with finesse shot, first touch and aerial playstyles on him. Then we got Alexis Leroy with relentless and aerial again. He is slightly higher rated, but his potential is not as great. And of course we got this guy as well, Pierre Coste, with only flair playstyle. However, he does have 5-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot. Good pace and decent dribbling. Maybe we can convert him to a center attacking midfielder, and he does have that position as the one of his secondary positions. And in terms of the actual results, we are 4th in the Liga. I think this is a great achievement. We will be playing Europa League next season. On the contrary, we were eliminated from the Coupe de France in the round of 32. In terms of stats, Lucas Robertone had 14 goals and 4 assists, and Luis Javier Suarez with 14 and 3. The most prolific player in our squad was our captain Alexander Lacazette. But these statistics are really humble. In terms of players that are going to leave the club, we have Anthony Lopez, Clinton Mata, Jordan Veretout and Nemanja Matic. We will have at least one more season with Alexander Lacazette leading the team. But the best thing about this season is that we managed to accumulate 165 million euros, which is a huge chunk of our debt. We can consider this season as a success by all means. We are starting season 3 with the signing of a new goalkeeper, and he is a good one, David Soria from Getafe. We managed to pick him up for only 6.5 million euros, which is a fantastic deal. Although he is already 33 years old, but he is 81 rated, which is a big difference compared to Remy Deschamps. As we already signed our number 1, let's go and find a new right back for our squad. Cause this season we are going to compete in the Europa League. A lot of talented players will be happy to join Olympique Lyon. Players like Kylian Sildilia, who has been relegated with Saint-Etienne, and it costed only 14 million euros to bring Sildilia in. He is currently 24 years old, can play as a right back, center back and right midfielder. Next up, we need some depth in midfield. So we go for Isak Bergman Johannesson, a talented Icelandic midfielder from Fortuna Düsseldorf. We had to pay 11 million euros for his transfer, but I believe this is a real bargain, because Johannesson is only 23 years old. He is 75 rated currently. He also possesses brilliant playstyles for a midfielder, in incisive pass, long ball pass, technical and relentless. Next up, we have to go for a left back, because Abner Vinicius has submitted a transfer request, so we are going to accept the offer from Fiorentina. And to replace him, we decided to go with Christopher Lund Hansen from Palermo. Another 11 million euros spent, and Christopher Lund Hansen is joining our squad. American does have brilliant pace, good playstyles on him, and will be a decent backup for Gallo. And the last signing in for this season will be Maxime Lopez, French center midfielder from Paris FC. We paid around 10 million euros for him. He is only 77 rated at the age of 28, and we are going to convert him to a center attacking midfielder as we don't have any decent backup for Robertone. And after all these transfers, we currently have 114 million euros in the current budget. The only thing left to be done is to loan out our youngsters from academy. Just like previous season, this season as well we are going to send our scout to France, but this time he will be searching for a center defensive midfielders and center midfielders. This time, we got only 2 talents in 9 months scouting for center midfielders or center defensive midfielders. Starting with Damian Bartolomé, center defensive midfielder, 1.3 million euros market value and pretty low potential. The next talent is looking very solid. Sebastian Jacques, 1.7 million euros market value, 75 to 93 potential and up to 5 possible playstyles. Both players are relatively high rated and can be the part of our starting 11 in upcoming seasons. But this season was not the one to remember. We ended up only 7th in the Ligue 1. In Coupe de France, we lost to Stade Brestois in the round of 16, as well as in the Europa League, where we lost to Villarreal 5-3 on aggregate. And in terms of stats, Luis Javier Suarez had a decent season with 21 goals and 5 assists, 14 and 8 from Lucas Robertone, 13 goals from Alexander Lacazette as well. But sadly, our captain and leader, Alexander Lacazette, retiring in the end of the season. And on the brighter side, we managed to accumulate 116 million euros this season. This amount of money will be reduced from our club debt. We are starting season 4 with a huge transfer out. Our highest rated player, Johan Lebanon, is leaving the club for Bayern Munich. They paid 44 million euros for his transfer. And as Alexander Lacazette is not in the team anymore, we need to sign a quality striker. And we are going for Angel Correa from Wolfsburg. He does have almost 25 million euros market value, but his contract is expiring. So let's try and bring him in for 20 millions. And we did exactly that. Although he is already 32 years old, he is currently the highest rated player in our squad. Hopefully we will have a couple of quality years from Angel Correa. Next signing for this season will be Alexandro, Brazilian center-back from Lille. We had to pay another 21 million euros for his transfer, and I think it is a decent deal for an 81 rated center-back at the age of 27. On the peak of his powers, he will be occupying the left center-back position with block and anticipate play styles. I think we are done with the transfers this season. Last but not least, we are setting another academy project. This time we are searching for defenders. This time our scout managed to find a brilliant talent for center-back position in Samuel Volon. He does have 2.2 million euros market value and up to 94 potential. He is currently 64 rated player with block and aerial playstyles on him. And on the pitch itself, we performed 3rd in the Ligue 1 with 63 points. No Coupe de France for us, sadly. And in the quarterfinals of the Conference League, we lost to Aston Villa with embarrassing 7-2 aggregate score. And in terms of stats, an unbelievable season from Luis Javier Suarez, 38 goals and 12 assists. What a fantastic campaign from the Colombian. Angel Correa does have 17 goals and 5 assists. Good season from Isaac Bergman, Johannes as well. 3 players in Mamadou Diawara, Lucas Robertone and Moussa Niakate are leaving us. But the best thing is that we managed to accumulate another 124 million euros to pay from our debt. I think we are looking absolutely great in that terms. Starting from the next season, we are going to be very active in the transfer market. We made our return to the Champions League and we got blessed with a transfer budget of 143 million euros. And the best part is we can spend most of this money. We are starting our transfers from the goalkeeper position. And our main target is Elia Caprile from Brest. We paid 29.5 million euros for his transfer. He's currently 81 rated at the age of 26. Hopefully he can grow up massively and become our own Gigi Donnarumma. Next player that we are going going to sign is Mario Hila, Spanish center-back from PSV. We had to pay a big chunk of our transfer budget to bring him in, more precisely 41 million euros plus the transfer of David Soria. He's coming in as an 83 rated center-back with fantastic pace and good defending on him. He also has amazing dribbling for a center-back, as an addition to a jockey block and slide tackle playstyles. And last but not least, we are going to sign another Argentinian striker. And this is going to be our biggest transfer yet. For 55 million euros, we signed Facundo Farias from Lens. He is currently the highest rated player in our team with a rating of 84. At the age of 25, he will overtake the striking position from his fellow Argentinian Angel Correa. On top of his brilliant stats, he also has finesse shot flair, first touch, trickster and press-proven playstyles. After all these transfers, we are left only with 7 million euros in the transfer budget. But there are a couple of academy players that we are going to send on loan for one more season. We are all set and done for the season, so let's simulate and hope that we can win the Liga. We made it to the end of the season, and this time we are already second in the Liga. But to be fair, the gap between us and Paris Saint-Germain is huge, 14 points. In Coupe de France, we lost to Olympique Marseille in the round of 16. But in the Champions League, we had a hell of a run, although we ended up the league phase in the 22nd position. But then we beat Bologna in the playoffs 4-2 on aggregate. In the round of 16, we beat Milan 3-1 on penalties. In the quarterfinals, we managed to eliminate Villarreal, but sadly we lost to Chelsea in the semi-finals with only one goal difference. We could have faced Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final already, but that did not happen. In terms of stats, Facundo Farias had a great debut season with 27 goals and 5 assists. But the main man was again Luis Javier Suarez with 36 goal contributions in 55 games. Great season from Maxim Lopez as well. Even Angel Correa had 13 goals from the bench. In terms of development, we look absolutely fantastic, but we need to reinforce center defensive midfielder and center midfielder positions next season, especially because Orel Mangala is going to leave us, alongside Timo Hubers. We are starting the season with 99 million euros in the budget, although it was a little bit less, but we went and sell Sebastian Jacquet, one of our academy talents, to Bournemouth for 6.1 million euros. First signing of the season is going to be Dario Estugo, Portuguese center midfielder from Lazio, reaching the Champions League semi-finals previous season, allowing us to sign top talents like Dario. We paid 47 million euros for Portuguese man. We don't have any depth in a center midfielder position, and Dario is coming in very handy for us, but I believe he will be higher rated in center defensive midfielder position because of that defending and physical capabilities. So we are going to convert him there, and with remaining 48 million euros in the bank, we are going to sign another midfielder, Habib Diarra from Lille, and we managed to successfully finalize the deal, paying 43 million euros for his transfer. He is coming in as an 83 rated center midfielder, center defensive midfielder or a left midfielder representing Senegal, and he will be occupying the left center midfielder position in our squad, which is looking solid, and already a couple of academy talents are on the bench. So let's go ahead and simulate the season. Hopefully it will be a successful one. This time we are only 4th in the league, 20 points behind Paris Saint-Germain. What did went wrong? Again, an early exit from the Coupe de France. And in the Champions League, we made it to the round of 16, where we lost to Atletico de Madrid 5-4 on aggregate. And in terms of stats, again Luis Javier Suarez, 27 and 7, 30 goal contributions from Facundo Farias as well. And Habib Diarra is coming clutch, 18 goals from center midfielder position. I mean, individually, we are looking great. Maybe there are a couple of positions need to be fixed ASAP, but I was definitely expecting more from this team. And I knew we needed to make dramatic changes. First player going out is our first choice left back in Gallo. We sold him to our direct rivals Paris Saint-Germain for 26.5 million euros. We also went and sold Kian Sildia to Athletic Bilbao for almost 29 million euros. Another huge departure, and it is yet another defender. Our left centre-back Alexandro is leaving the club. AC Milan bought his transfer for 33 million euros. And after all of these departures, We accumulated 183 million euros in the current budget, which will allow us to sign some top talents. And we are starting from a right-back position by signing ex-Manchester City man Rico Lewis from Valencia. And this is our biggest transfer yet. We paid 63 million euros to bring Rico Lewis in. He is currently 85 rated at the age of 25. Next player that we are going to sign is a centre-back representing Ivory Coast. We went and signed Ousmane Diomande from Wolfsburg, and it was a swap deal, 55 million euros upon the transfer of Christopher Lund Hansen. Diomande is currently 86 rated, 26 years old, with fantastic pace, amazing physicals and good defending. And because the only left back in the club is Paris, we have to bring in a replacement for Knut Hansen. And it is going to be Lewis Hall, an Englishman from Strasbourg. We had to pay 45 million euros for his transfer. He's joining us as an 84 rated left back with press-proven play style. And after all these transfers, our defense is looking significantly better. Hopefully it will help us to finally win the Liga. We are in the end of the season and Facundo Farias is receiving the Player of the Season award. Does this mean that we won the league? Yes, we absolutely did. With 81 points to our name, 14 points ahead of second place Lille. Finally, we managed to decrown Paris Saint-Germain and become the biggest club in France. But we had a disaster class in the Coupe de France, losing to Dunkerque in the round of 32. In the Champions League, we were 10th in the league phase, but we got really unlucky with the draw, and Manchester City absolutely humbled us in the playoff round 7-2. And in terms of stats, it is again Facundo Farias with 26 goals and 8 assists, 21 goal contributions from Luis Javier Suarez, who is already declining in his rating, and yet another unbelievable season from Habib Diarra, 29 goal contributions in 52 games. We have a really strong team, and maybe one or two additions will guarantee us the Champions League final. We have 150 million euros to sign a world-class center attacking midfielder, and we decided to go with Brian Gruda. We broke our transfer record, paying 75 million euros to Monaco to bring Gruda in. An 87 rated center attacking midfielder or a right winger representing Germany. He will overtake position from Lopez, our current captain. And with remaining money, we are going to sign a backup striker in Ori Oskarsson. We paid 55 million euros to Girona, and here we have an Icelandic striker, 84 rated at the age of 26. And again, we are in the end of the season, and the Player of the Season award goes to Facundo Farias once again. He's literally the best player in the Liga right now. But even his efforts was not enough for us to win the league in back-to-back seasons. We are only third, with embarrassing 58 points. We even lost the trophy of the champions. Again, no Coupe de France for us. But in the Champions League, we were quite successful, finishing the league phase in the 5th position. In the round of 16, we beat Atalanta 6-3 on aggregate. In the quarterfinals, we were better than Paris Saint-Germain, and we even beat Liverpool in the semis to make it to the Champions League final, where we are going to face Borussia Dortmund. Facundo Farias had 39 goal contributions in 53 games. Ryan Gruda, 15 goals and 11 assists. A quite slow season from Ori Oskarsson. Although we played 43 times, he managed to score only 15 goals. And only 16 games from Luis Javier Suarez with 1 goal contribution. This is the Dortmund team we are going to face. A team with very even stats, 85 attacking, 85 midfield and 85 defense. And our team is looking very solid as well, with Facundo Farias leading the line. I hope we can win this Champions League, finally. And the game itself was a very close one. We managed to find the opener in the 36th minute. Our best player Farias on the score sheet. We did have a brilliant chance to double our lead, but Oskarsson missed an easy opportunity for us. And it nearly costed us. If not for an amazing save from Gabriele, Dortmund would have scored near the end of the game. But that was it. We won this final and became the second club in France to win the Champions League. Or the invisible trophy, I'm not very sure. Anyways, if you enjoyed this review, click here to watch me win everything with Manchester United.